We'll call the Mount Angel City Council meeting July 3rd to order. Excellent, please. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you all. Roll call, please.
Councilor Eater,
Here.
Councilor Powell,
Here.
Councilor Escorga,
Here.
Councilor Donahue, here. Councilor Ott is absent. Councilor Hooker,
Here.
Mayor Wall.
Here. Okay. Next item is appearance of interested citizens. One is here to appear. Okay. The next item on our agenda is review of accounts payable. Start with Council Oakland if he has any questions. Mr. Slaughter? Mr. Powell?
No, sir.
Councilor Donahue? Yes.
Sorry. 585 Birch, second lien. From the Marion County Clerk. Packet page 7. What is that?
We're recording liens against the property for violating ordinance codes
Okay.
on the property.
Okay. So over sense we have.
That it? Okay,
I have nothing.
I have no questions. I'll reserve my comment for another time. Okay, next item is our consent agenda. We have one item. It is the minutes of June 5th, 2023. Have any comments or corrections? Being none, I will entertain a motion for approval of the consent agenda.
Go ahead.
I moved to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Motion by Councilor Donahue, second by Councilor Hofer to approve the consent agenda. Roll call, please.
Councilor Hooker. Aye. Councilor Eater,
Aye.
Councilor Escorga.
Aye.
Councilor Donahue. Aye. Councilor Powell.
Aye.
Councilor Ott is absent. Mayor Wall.
Aye. And motion carries. Next is unfinished business. Item 7A is a housing needs analysis presentation. And that will be brought back at a future meeting. Any comment on that or just?
Yeah, I can make a comment on that. I've had multiple conversations with the consultant, 3J. They were certain that all you needed to do was approve the H&A and then we would submit it and things would move forward. But I had doubts. I consulted with Bob, and come to find out, we need to hold a level 4 procedure to get this accomplished. So I have to have him take it back to planning commission, who will then make recommendations to council. So that's what I gotta do is backtrack, go back to planning commission, perform that procedure, and then bring it to council.
Okay, now that,
So the consultant was way off.
So what do you do with it once it comes back to us? I
It
mean,
ends up being the comp plan revision. That's the final goal, is to revise our comp plan with the new results from this for H&A, which moving forward, we would need anyways for other things we might want to do in the future. As far as revising master plans or those sorts of procedures. We still need to get it accomplished.
Kobe, will that affect our grant writing in any way if we don't have an up-to-date plan?
Should it? It should, we should still be able to use the ones in place.
So I know some of them require like a number within the last 5 years. Okay, thank you.
Okay, great. Our next item is 7B. It's our collection development policy 2023. The library collection development policy. So I'm going to turn it over to Jackie to give us a briefing.
Okay, so every library should have a collection development policy that regulates how we add things to the collection, take things out of the collection, what do we do with them when they're taken out? I mean, just it kind of is pretty comprehensive. And we just want to, the library advisory board reviewed it, and we made a few changes. So we just are bringing it to the council for approval.
And this is, so it's this minor updated.
Yeah, I
We
can,
did, I don't know, how many years ago.
well, that one was pretty major because I totally redid it, but this one is, I can tell you what the changes are. On page 92 of the packet, page 5 of the policy. Number 10 and number 11 were added. So number 10, it just says that if somebody wants to request a reconsideration of materials, they must reside in Mount Angel. So we can't have outside people coming in trying to challenge things. And then number 11 is once a final decision is made, it stays in place for 3 years. So somebody can't just turn around and challenge it again, because these are, as you can imagine, are very time intensive. And then the other thing is on the reconsideration form on the next page, it says one item per form. And this would preclude somebody from coming in with a list of 400 books and just stapling it to the form. And I mean, if they're going to challenge something, they need to know why. So those are the only changes we made.
Okay. So there's been a bit of challenges in other places recently, including schools and libraries. Have we had any?
Not some.
Recently, we had some.
Yeah, we had some, 5 years ago,
Uh-huh,
my first year. Yeah, but we haven't had any since.
okay,
But part of this is just to kind of be proactive in making sure that if we do, then we're in a good position to address that. And people have a right to challenge. There's no, they do, and we should have a process in place. But like, there's some groups that just have 400. They have a list of 400 books that they think should never be anywhere at any time, and people are. And they use those, so I'm just trying to make sure that it's Mount Angel people that are with their concerns rather than outside forces.
okay. Anyone else have any questions? Comments?
So we've never had a policy.
Oh, we've had a policy before, but the policy that I inherited was old and was not really, it was old and wasn't ready. And so I did a policy about, was it like 2019? And we're supposed to review them every 2 to 3 years. It's been 4, so, yeah. So this is pretty much just, other than the changes, I'll do this every 2 or 3 years.
Anybody else? Okay. And I will close the discussion on this and we'll entertain a motion.
I move to approve the updated Mount Angel Public Library collection development policy as presented. Second.
Motion by Counselor Hooper, seconded by Counselor Fowl. To approve. Election Development Policy 2023. Roll call, please.
Counselor Hawk, is that? Counselor Hooper.
Aye.
Counselor Eater.
I,
Counselor Powell. Counselor Sparta. Right. Counselor Donahue. Right. Mayor Wall.
Aye. Okay. And our next item is. Item number. New business. Item 8A, Public Records Request Policy. I think. That is Tara's, is that true? Okay. Rip. Let her rip.
All right, before you is an updated public records review policy. At the last negotiations, it came to our attention that we should take time to review it because we had some public records requests from collective bargaining group come up that kind of put it in a difficult position. So after we dealt with those public records requests, our attorneys took time to review it. And in your council action form, I listed the changes that we did. The first bulk of the changes were updating the ORS reference numbers. That was fairly minor, but still needed to be addressed. And then we expanded the fee waiver and reduction section to include a discrete objective set of factors to consider, which will help to avoid accusations that the city acted arbitrarily or with preference. So before we just said we had a policy, but we didn't say how we graded it or reviewed it or anything. So we actually put parameters on that. And then we updated, I updated section numbers because I guess there's 2 section 7s. And then we had to create a fee waiver and reduction request form because we didn't have one. And we also updated that requesters, what we would do if requesters didn't respond to us. So if we get a request and we say, well, we need this back from you or something else, and they never respond to us, we now have a policy that we only wait 60 days and then consider it a list. Because there's no action on it. And then the last thing, which you'll see following this, is we had to update our fee schedule again. Because we had no section on our master fee schedule that said we could pass through any attorney charges to the person requesting the public records. And that can be very costly depending on what they're requesting. So we wanted to make sure that that's a burden that we carried.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Any questions, Council?
no,
No? Mr. Stover, no? No. Mr. Hofer? I have no questions. So with that, I would entertain a motion again.
I move to approve the attached resolution 1576, repealing resolution 1480, and adopting a public records request policy.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion by Councilor Donahue, second by Councilor Storga. to approve resolution 1576. Roll call, please.
Counselor Donahue.
Aye.
Counselor Hawk is absent. Counselor Hooper.
Aye.
Counselor Eater.
I,
Counselor Powell.
Aye.
Counselor Storga.
Aye.
Mayor Wall.
Aye. Thank you. Next item is fee schedule adoption. Oh, I didn't.
Okay, let me log on the meeting then. If you bear with me just a moment, I will pull up the fee schedule
Okay,
for you.
Little tablet has it right here.
Rub it in.
The fire.
I can find it, but.
Just thinking about starting a Zoom meeting. Oh. Didn't like that one from the website.
Do you want me to make copies?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay,
Yeah, it's from, I clicked on the one on the calendar. For that?
we could do a puppet show while we're waiting.
Good.
I'm gonna say Jackie's gonna beat me.
You pointing at Alan or Matt?
Council President,
Intro.
Oh, there you got it.
I might be.
Don't make Jackie mad.
Colby's speaking by not admitting you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I think it's a tie.
Oh, was I not admitting to?
You weren't admitting me into the room.
Oh, I was preoccupied. It's fine. You could have said something or smacked me.
No, it's fine. I'm just gonna leave. the meeting. I think the only page that I included is the one page that has changes on it. So none of the other pages are now 3
Well, there was
pages.
another page, but I think it was in the continuation of the first page. There's like 3 pages on here.
Oh, okay.
In
I
the
put the
original.
cap on the screen so you can see the.
Oh, I'm sorry, you want that too?
No.
No, I drew it up there so that.
Okay.
Okay, so, this is just a continuation of what I mentioned before. So because we wanted to add the attorney costs for the review of any public records requests, that is the only changes that I'm adding to the fee schedule.
What would warrant contacting the attorney, like an example?
Any time that they would request emails on a particular subject, and if we felt like it was confidential information and we would want the attorney to make sure that we're not releasing attorney-client privilege information. If there was In fact, what the request we got was for email, attorney's emails regarding certain matters, and so she was gonna go through and redact a bunch of stuff.
And that has happened. What has?
Doesn't happen very often.
Another thing that happens is sometimes it hasn't happened here that I'm aware of, but it has happened. It's happened to me. People will request certain personnel information. And some of that is not disclosable. But we don't want to make, you don't want staff to say no. You want to have some, they need some source to be able to say no with some logic behind it. So those are the ones that happen more frequently than I'm aware of. Okay. Are there any other questions and or comments? Anybody?
So are we adding the attorney fee, whatever the rate is on there? When it's updated, or is it just?
It's whatever they bill us for. That's why it says, according to the attorney, I needed to put that actual verbiage on there. So that as the fees increase or decrease, depending on if they're having a level attorney or an attorney's, a legal assistant, that's the word. If a legal assistant is doing it, it'd be cheaper than it. Partner is doing it.
Partnership.
So yeah, it's whatever rate we're billing.
It just seems like it would be almost a deterrent. I'm just kind of looking at it on both sides, that it could possibly be a deterrent. Make the request if it's too expensive, or just that it's not working. I don't know, or whatever, so.
It's
Is there
possible.
possible that maybe the city could lose some of it, maybe 10%? I don't know. Putting the whole burden on somebody that's requesting information of the city, well, it's kind of, I would say, you're gonna need to pitch in, but
We're only charging them $25 an hour for staff.
Well,
That time,
I understand that, but again,
Early.
well, we're footing the bill anyways, because we're budgeting for their salary. I mean, think about it. So that time's already been, that salary's already been allotted, so. In essence. I'm just wondering, it's public information, yes, but at the same time, it's something, I don't want to feel like we're just gonna be almost like a shadow veil government, you know. I want it to be open and transparent as possible.
I think the policy is, I think one of the rationale behind that is only that person is going to benefit in most cases. It's not going to be the public at large. Whereas the public at large,
Possibly might, I mean, we don't know.
it's possible. Yeah,
That's, I mean, again, I'm playing devil's advocate
I
here,
got you.
and so it could possibly lead to something that could have been covered up or not, we don't know. And that's why I'm saying that the city would cover a little bit of it instead of putting the entire burden on one person. That's all I'm saying.
The majority of these are attorney,
Right.
and I'm not interested in the public record requests.
Okay.
So here's my 2 cents.
And, you know, I mean, we've been fortunate here. There are individuals who use public records requests as a weapon against the city. And when I went to one of my cities, there were 4 boxes from one person, may he rest in peace, of public records requests, and we didn't have time to do it, so. So yeah, it can be a deterrent, and in his case, I wish they had one, but so.
I haven't seen the ones from the city, but I know most often the ones from the state are from research entities and those types of things. And they're looking for statistics. They're not digging into any one particular matter. You know, every time we get a notification that our information's getting released, it's always name, rank, office, salary, and it's always either the Oregonian or some research group.
Same here, had the same.
Yep, so in both cases, they're more than able to foot the bill for what they're digging up.
So being as it hasn't happened here, I guess. Okay, with signing off, and I just was wondering if there was gonna be something bigger, you know, some type of Aaron Brockovich type of deal where it goes into. Heaven forbid it does, but I'm just saying. But I'm okay with how it is, I just wanted to. See if there was a possibility, but seeing as it's infrequent and doesn't happen very often, so it's fine.
Anybody else? Okay, well, I will entertain a motion.
I'd slaughter it. I could walk up to it, but somebody else.
I move to approve the attached resolution adopting master fee schedule for the services provided by the city of Mount Angel.
No second.
Okay. Motion by Counselor Powell.
Wait over the next time.
Seconded by Counselor Call, please. Guys are too much fun.
Counselor
Read it all now.
Aye.
Counselor Donahue,
Aye.
Counselor Hott is absent, Counselor Hoover,
Aye.
Counselor Eater,
Aye.
Counselor Powell,
Hi.
Mayor Wall.
Aye. Okay. The next item is city manager. And he said somebody would be sitting in for him. Who is that? You?
I don't have the city manager's report, but I can give a quick update on the sewer project on the trunk line. The contract has been signed and delivered back to West Tech, and so right now we're just waiting to schedule a pre-con meeting. Saunders is waiting on their supplier to get that schedule so they can bring the schedule to the meeting. And the property owners have all been informed on the progress of the project.
Thank you. Anyone else? No, yes,
I can say that the property that we purchased, that finally got finalized, they signed, and we have the deed in our hand and are now the owners of 295 West Martin Street. So that went smoothly. And it is complete.
okay,
I don't have any updates yet on the
yes,
survey. They're gonna go back out again this week from the last correspondence I had, so.
Where there are houses that they didn't break to.
Right, so houses that they have to make a decision as to whether they're gonna consider vacant or not, because like, one is under construction, so nobody lives there. Obviously, the Unger Funeral Homes is a commercial business, that's a pretty obvious one. There was another location that said no soliciting, so they chose not to go knock on the door. They've left messages with people and haven't gotten anything back. Some of the apartments, they're gonna reach out to the landlord to get a written statement saying how many units or what units are vacant, so that they can, when they do their reports, it's complete and comprehensive.
I have any progress on the sewer rate study that we were gonna,
I sent an email to the COG asking if they would be willing to do some ERU education. I just sent it today, so I have not heard back. I have got a list, or I've got sewer methodologies or rate structures from the 3 largest cities around us, so Silverton, Woodburn, and Salem, I think. And then I did a bunch of comparator cities that are similar to our size. And I'm gonna plug in our information or the tower's information to all their calculations and see where I have not gotten to that yet. Yeah, I kind of got slammed with the year end and stuff. I'm hoping, I really do want to not ignore it and get it back in place.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody, anything else? Anything else? Okay, council reports, Councilor Hopper.
Only thing with this sort of thing is that it's been year past, my wife managed the Marion Estate building for 4 years, and she was charged basically about the same. She was charged water and sewer for every bed in the facility, even though they had 57 people and they could house, 280. Like that's
Where's that located?
that was, well, they tore it down now, but seniors, Marion Estates in state, there's sublimity.
Oh,
The nursing home side, who ran for years. In the first couple months, she was like, I'm paying 16 grand for water, it's like,
Yeah.
what, like, we have 56 people here. It's like, nope, so many beds, they should be water bill.
right.
Okay,
I got
Councilor Estorga.
Want to say thanks to Alan and his crew. It was brought to my attention from my neighbor that there was a unsafe hole in the catch basin. As soon as I talked to them that morning, they came over and did it. So thank you very much. Appreciate that. That was a very bad trip. That was thank you.
Councilor Fowle.
Two things. One, still waiting on my basketball hoops. And two is, I'm assuming these are temporary repairs. And I haven't seen the franchise agreement, but we have locations where Comcast has saw cut sidewalk and just patched back with cold patch asphalt mix. So obviously, it's not as bad in the locations where they just had the core drill, but Hayes is not Hayes, Grant's where we have a location where now you have overcut and just asphalt patch in the middle of the sidewalk. So I just want to make sure that that's what they consider a temporary fix and that somebody's holding them accountable to actually go back, cut out the full panel and repair it accordingly.
Absolutely, yeah, that's our understanding, between me and Comcast, they're gonna replace the whole pan.
Okay,
After the project's done, then they're gonna come back to it.
it's kind of what I figured. I mean, it's easy to just have some bags of cold patch on the truck just to get you by for the time being, but I just wanted to make sure that somebody's gonna go back and inventory all these spots and they're actually gonna repair our sidewalks appropriately, so.
I know they did in Silverton, because my neighbor had 2 full panels replaced. So, I don't know if it's the same.
It's the same company, but yeah, so if they, no matter what, if they touch a panel. If it's a 4-inch hole, the whole thing, they're gonna replace the whole.
Okay. That's what I wanted to hear.
Edit. Councilor Donahue. Council President Eager.
Everybody get the email from Bill Shecker? No,
How recent? Haven't checked. my emails.
a couple days about the park. I thought we had the parking issue taken care of on Garfield. With McLaughlin, yeah, Edelweiss.
Not aware of what. Just because the residents are back parking again?
I guess, maybe they never left. I think they left, but I think.
Oh, I think they
they're-
lived for a
they're back.
while.
Yeah, that's a cat and mouse game. I've seen them out there. They'll move their cars. Right back.
So not everybody got the email?
I got it. He's talking about East College Street.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think things are probably just getting moved around the corner instead of coming over here.
So I thought Mark kind of took care of that.
Everybody was on the email, but you.
Instead of asking why he's being
I will reach out to the city manager and he gets back to
Okay,
Boston Broncos.
I don't know, I remember too that, we only got 3 RFPs or 3 proposals turned in from our.
No, no, there was another one at the very last minute. So I think there's 4.
for city engineer,
I don't remember the name.
And one of them was West Tech. So,
for city engineer.
Hmm.
They want back in?
yes,
They did submit one on Friday.
yeah. Okay, 3 or 4. So we will be reaching out to Pete and Joe and a couple of staff members to set a date to open and. Yeah.
I never did hear why we were reaching out to other firms. I mean, I know that's problems. Is that the reason?
There's a couple things. One, we don't have a contract with West Tech.
It expired?
Yeah, in fact, the one that was approved in 2018 never got executed
Because of that?
by both parties.
Oh, really?
Neither party has a half signed. It was approved by council, but it never got executed. That's one issue. Because of that issue, Marion County won't reimburse us our fees for the ARPA sanitary sewer project. We don't have a contract. So we need to have a contract. And anytime you go out for somebody whose contract is valued so high, you have to do a formal procurement process, which isn't our. So we could end up back with West Tech, or we might find that somebody else has a better offer.
Who makes the decision who we go with?
The board, so we came up with
Council?
a review committee, which is going to be Colby, Alan, Mark, Pete, and Joe. I think we asked that council who wanted to be on it last, and Joe and Pete spoke up.
I think the formal adoption though, because value is way over purchasing power over time.
Right,
The city manager, the council will have to approve that
oh, sure,
purchase.
sure, but the committee makes a
We'll make
recommendation.
a committee will make a recommendation.
All right, thank you.
The other issue we ran into is there was issues that we brought up with their invoicing. But with no active contract, there's no way to go back and require. There's no contract language to fall back on if we have issues with their invoicing right now. So in the new contract, there'll be much better invoicing requirements.
Well, I know Mark said that paving project out on John Street and whatever else that went way over because it got delayed, and he kind of pointed at West Tech for that problem, why it costs so much more.
Yeah, we've had some difficulties in our relationship lately, but they may be able to become overcome with a new contract.
Okay,
Okay, thank you.
you're done? Okay. The mayor doesn't have much. Happy 4th of July Eve, and everyone have a safe 4th. One thing that and it rang a bell tonight, the housing policy, if it becomes part of the comprehensive plan, which apparently it will, that is a pretty major force of law. So I just encourage everybody to pay a lot of attention to what it says, because it's not just something that's going to sit and collect dust if it becomes part of our comprehensive plan. This comprehensive plan is a prevailing document in all land use. So it's important. So let's all pay attention to that. I'm going to read it again, probably a couple of times. I don't know. And yeah, that's about it. And that's all I have. Anything else for the good of the order?
Yeah, one more thing, Alan, or maybe council as well. Where are we at on the Fisher Park project for basketball.
Not very far. It's pretty stagnant right now.
I understand.
We gotta be back up and. We, Tara, Colby and Mark and I met the other day about the South Main water line project. And so I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think what we decided was to go out and bid eventually when that goes out to bid to see where we're at, to see what we'll have left. What the city will have.
Right.
Yeah, because
Right, so we brought a list of projects that was approved by the council. A couple of those have gone over budget, some have gone under budget. Some haven't started yet, and so with the amount that we've allotted to the projects that haven't started yet, and with a lot of the projects done, if we stay with the amounts allotted to the projects we that have not started yet, we will go over budget. So we're in the hole on the ARPA money versus our projects. And so we need to have discussion about what recommendations we want to bring to council about that situation.
So that, just a little info, so the South Main Waterline Project, the engineers estimate came in at 300. With the design and survey, we paid West Tech like 30,000 so far, so we have like 171,000 left with. And so if it sticks to 300,000, bids come back, if it's within that 300,000, then the rest of it will have to come out of the water fund.
Does like the basketball court need to go out to bid?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes. For one contractor, concrete contractor, to do the project, he had to cut his cost arbitrarily to be below the $50,000 mark to avoid prevailing wage. But we said, but you can't isolate one contractor from the scope of the project. It's the whole project. And I said, after that contractor, we have other costs. $1 is gonna throw us over the $50,000. So you can't avoid at this point the prevailing wage. So that project is, and now with labor costs increasing and materials costs increasing, we're probably easily looking at $70,000.
I would imagine.
Yeah.
It came in just like $1 underneath.
50,000.
Yeah.
And that was just for the contractor,
Yeah.
the concrete contractor, not the basketball hoops, not
Right.
the paint to paint the lines. Yeah, so.
and something like that you can't do in phases. I mean, it has to be a whole project. I mean, it's all accumulated.
They really frown upon. And it's written in there and you can't segregate. I mean, obviously, if you say we're gonna phase this project. You still have to pay prevailing wages based on the scope of the project, but you could say, we're only gonna use $50,000 to do this much. And in 5 years later, we're gonna do the next part, but it's gonna be out of general fund budget because it's a parks. So yes, you can phase the project, but you can't exclude prevailing wage by segmenting it.
Hey. That's the status of the basketball.
If you never know, there's something about- Oh, no,
Okay,
Build some farms and put some gravel down and go at it.
There you go.
I think we should find some rich farmer to lay down a slab for us. All your friends.
I don't have any friends.
Okay. Okay, that's it then. I'm gonna. Meeting.